Hello, welcome to something new from Japan. So this is Kurt, my name is Kurt, and this is my daily good life meditation. It's finally light enough. The spring has brought the sun earlier and earlier, and now I can start doing this outside of a convenience store. It's also not as bitterly cold as it was. So let's do it here beside the railroad tracks. This is the JR main trunk line, leading all the way from Tokyo down to Kyoto and parts beyond. And then the Shinkansen bullet train line is just above that. Here's a little park that I had previously scoped out as a good place to do this, as there's not a lot of traffic and it's too early in the morning and there's really no neighbors. That's a Shinto shrine next door. But I forgot my little tripod, so I can't easily set it up. But I imagine I'll figure something out. Let's see if I can figure out something over here. And as I do that, let me start my usual welcome to new subscribers. Hello, Missy Boo. Good morning to you. And then welcome to regular visitors, Missy Boo, for example. Thank you. It's good to have you here. I'm here at the park, Missy, and trying to find a place where I can set up the camera because I forgot my tripod where it won't. Could it sit here? Would that possibly work? Hey, that might work. Well, it might fall down. Hey, let's try that. All right, hey, this is pretty cool. Anyway, hi everybody. I'm Kurt. I'm a 60-year-old retired man living in Japan with my 60-year-old retired wife. We've got a 24-year-old daughter, Emily, who actually will be coming down to visit next week. She told us she's coming to visit us over the weekend, so we're excited about that. This is a video that I do every day, and though I'm in Japan, ta-da, you'll see the train starting to go by shortly as the morning commute starts to ramp up. I don't talk. This is not a video about Japan. You'll have to see my other videos on this channel for that. This is a video. This is my journal entry. And while I do this, I typically sometimes talk about things that are unsettling, so just like a heads up about that. I do talk about me during this video because this is a personal journal. So if it seems like I'm all about myself on this video, well, that's the nature of this type of video. I do this video mainly to reflect on the last 24 hours, to see how I did with challenges and opportunities that I met, to go over my objectives for the day, and to plan for what I'm going to do for the day. Finally, before I begin, thank you to my YouTube viewers, especially my members and my Patreon supporters. You bought me my can of coffee this morning, and I figured out a new. Let's try this. This is good. I figured out a new routine now that I'm going to be doing these outdoors. Maybe not exclusively, but maybe I can do it indoors sometimes. A real money saver. So I've got it down to $1.50 a morning for my things. What I do is I go to Mini Stop first, where I write up the day's journal entry, which I just did, post that, and then come here, walk over here and do this. And at Mini Stop, I get a melon pond for for 108 yen, which is like 75 cents, or less, and maybe like 70 cents. And then I come here, and then I stop at a machine along the way that has cheap coffee at just 110 yen, 120 yen for this coffee. And then I'm all in. I'm at 228 yen, which is $1.53 at current exchange rates. That's quite sustainable for this retired guy. Okay, let's go. As always, I have my notebook, and I keep notes throughout the day about challenges and opportunities that I met. Now, if you followed my recent days, you'll remember that I'm in kind of a slump. There's the train. Freight train. So I mentioned I'm in a bit of a slump. It's a funny slump. It's a good slump. It's a slump where I'm not encountering a lot of challenges right now. The days are going really well. When it's from 4 months into retirement, and kind of have this picture of what retirement is like. You're free. You can do what you want all day long, and you know, life is easier. Not a lot of challenges. You don't have to deal with the boss, all the headache at work and stuff like that. And in my experience, that was true in spades for 2 weeks after retirement. And then after that, the reality started settling in, and it entered about a quarter of a year of trying to find my footing. And I've heard enough from other retired people that they've experienced the same thing to know that this is a common thing. But now I've kind of gotten through that, and I'm at this point now of I'm it's not like an existential challenge anymore. It's not like what am I going to do with myself, right? That part's over. I know what I'm going to do with myself, and I know what a purpose-driven life is all about. In my definition, read my book Going Alone if you're curious about what that is. This is hard to bend over like this. I'll walk around a little bit. The hard part now is that I'm not feeling much challenge. I'm not feeling that angst anymore, and nor are there very many problems happening. So remember, if you've seen these videos long enough, you'll see me. I'll come with my list, and I'll okay, I had the following 3 things happened yesterday that were challenges. This happened, and then that, and then the other thing, and here's how I responded to them. I think I'm in like the 4th day in a row where there's been none of that. It's just been really good days. I call them peaceful, easy feeling days, PEF days, for short, where I just wake up, I come and do this, I go home, I have breakfast with my wife, and we set out doing what, as Yumiko likes to say, whatever the hell we want. And I'm not having any trouble finding things to do. Working in the garden, tidying up around the house, cleaning my room, catching up on YouTube comments, listing items in my antique store. And before I know it, it's lunchtime. And we go out and we take Dad out for lunch, find someplace new to have lunch. And then the afternoon begins, and usually I wind up in the garden all afternoon. And before I know it, the sun is going down. Yumiko calls me in for dinner, and my day is done. Now, sounds pretty nice, huh? It is pretty nice. But I'll tell you though, it's a little bit worrying. And maybe this is me, as usual, putting too much thought into things. Although I wouldn't say too much. That was just a rote expression of thought. People say that. You think too much, right? But what if thinking is the thing that you enjoy, like me? I really enjoy pondering life. I like to say my tagline is, I like to walk and think, just as I'm doing right now. Oh, did I tell you there's a Shinto shrine immediately next door to the park? Let's walk over there, but we'll be very, very quiet. And usually there's nobody there, but once in a while, someone drops in to pray on their way to work. Sometimes it takes a little prayer to get the workday started. We'll take a walk through here. I'll lower my voice a little more. So I worry. Here's the oh my goodness, here's a memory. I used to work right across the tracks over there is the school where I used to work. And I used to come home after work, I didn't like that job. And I would sit here on this is the shrine's Engawa, so to speak. And I would just kind of escape away from the world. You see, this is kind of a secluded place. You can come over here and sit here. No one's even going to notice you. If the worshippers come and petition the deity right here, they might not even notice the foreigner sitting right here. I'll sit here like I did before. Oh my goodness, seeing that background again. Carrying on my thoughts. Here's the thing. If life gets like that, where it's really just easy. There's not a lot of challenge anymore. I think that's a dangerous route to go, because it's like stopping exercising. With time, the body muscles will begin to, lose their strength. The joints will, maybe lose their flexibility. I'm guessing. Certainly, our cardiovascular system won't be able to keep up. Before we know it, we're frail and weak. Could that same thing happen when life is no longer filled with engaging challenges? And I'm not talking about filled like every day, all day long. I'm talking about like just one or two or three hard things every day that need to be tackled. I think so. So, this PEF experience that I'm having now, this peaceful, easy feeling that I know, it's it's welcome after 40 years of working at the hamster wheel. But I'm suspicious of it. And I'm not going to go looking for challenges, but I might adjust the trajectory of my life to do things that are more engaging, that will bring about challenges. Like, I think the main thing is like my online store. Like, I'm doing it for fun right now. What if I was to do it a little more in earnest? What if I really did ramp that thing up a little bit and make it serious? Set a target income goal for myself every month. And say, Kurt, if I can make, X amount of dollars every month selling antiques, that'll introduce the challenges again, right? Because I would have to do things like deal with the post office, dealing with customers is sometimes a challenge. Finding, sourcing, shipping items that keep me busy, but not right away. I've got my hands full with a reform coming on the house. Yumiko and I are still settling into our new lives, but I don't want to fall into this PEF experience and then lose myself in the process, or lose my critical cutting edge, sense of self, sense of, mental fitness. Okay, I think that was it for that. As for my creed, it consists of the following 8 objectives: to be always ready to die, to make good and effective use of time, to develop and maintain good and sound life principles, to cultivate good emotional reactions, to perform good actions relative to my creed, to do just one thing at a time and do that thing slowly and deliberately and carefully, to maintain my balance. As for today, the only thing on my note today is I'm calling today Potting Day. The reason is that I have a new potting, a seedling shelf in the garden, and I was able to secure a whole slew of lovely ceramic pots at the flea market this last weekend. Plus, I have a big bag of soil that Yumiko and I got at the yesterday at the drugstore of all places. It was so cheap. It was like 20 liters of soil, and I got it for like $1. It was on sale. So I think I'm going to spend some time today. The rain won't start until 1 p.m., so I'll pot the plants. I'll get the soil in the plants, in the pots, and start looking for some plants to pot. Now, Yumiko and I are striving in our new garden lifestyle to basically build a garden, spending as little money as possible. Mostly just we're learning how to do seedling cuttings. There's so many plants here, wild and feral plants, beautiful plants that were planted by people a long time ago on land that is no longer used, that is just growing there. And if you can cut, and if you can come, and if it's something you can take a snip off of and grow in a pot in your garden, why not? That's what we're gonna do. All right, let's read comments. Go over and sit on this bench. I'll read comments, and then we'll wind this up. I haven't heard any bullet trains go by yet. Oh, the bench is wet. Okay, but at least I can put my stuff down. There's Missy Boo's comment. Hello, Missy Boo. I'm glad that Emily is coming to visit you. Yeah, we are too. We can't wait to hear about her new job. Hello, Eric. Not see me. Good morning to you. Erica is growing. Hi, Kurt. Hope you have a fabulous day. Thank you so much, Erica. Heather. Hi, Heather. Good morning, Kurt. Cute little shrine. Isn't it nice? Neil says, good morning from New Zealand. Hi. The Dart Dan Willinger says, good morning. I missed the morning walks. Lovely to see you out and about. Thank you. It's a good day for it. Well, I think I'll wrap for today. Thanks for joining me, everybody, as the sun begins to arise here in Japan. I wish you all the best. As usual, be safe, but not too safe. Take care. Bye, Heather.